Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to today's video. Now guys, today's video is going to be partly a story time and partly a reaction video, and it's basically just going to be all about that one time that I actually did a Nigerian talent show, a Nigerian music talent competition. All the nitty-gritty, the story behind it, the video behind it, everything will be in this video. Now if this is something you want to see, then keep on watching. If you've been watching my channel for some time, you should know that I do have a flair for singing. I feel like that's one of the gifts that God gave to me. I can actually sing. I'm not Beyonce or Rihanna, but I feel like compared to the average person, I can sing. Yeah. And I discovered my ability to sing when I was in primary school. That's when I actually discovered that, oh, I do have something in there. That was actually when I realized that I could sing, like in primary school, but I didn't really, do anything about it. Obviously I was very, very young. I didn't really do anything about it. But when I got into secondary school, like I told you guys when I was reacting to my old photos, I used to sing a lot in secondary school, like a whole lot. Like that was when I really opened up, and that's when I really accepted this my talent, and I went in when it came to singing. It was in secondary school that I really pursued that singing passion, even to the point of having a girl group. You guys know the story by now. I looked forward to it. Each time I had to take the responsorial psalm in church, in school, I looked forward to it. I loved doing it. And as time went by and I got into the university, you guys would have seen also in that video that I was reacting to my old photos, I did win a talent show in school back then. So I was the winner of UNN's Icon back then. I think it was in my final year in the university. Was it my final year or by the time I had finished but I was waiting for my results? I can't remember. It was around that particular time that Naija Sings started in Nigeria. If you guys remember, back then Naija Sings was sponsored by Mnet and Glow, and it was really big at the time. Yes, so I was in the Suka during that time trying to round up my school kini, and the show came up, and of course my friends persuaded me to go for the audition. The only thing was that the audition was in Enugu. I was in Nsukka. Nsukka to Enugu was roughly about an hour by road, and I didn't even understand why I had to enter road to go for that audition. I didn't understand it at the time, but I don't forget my friend Patricia. She pushed me. She said, Alma, just go and do it. I think she even went with me. Somebody went with me to Enugu for that audition. Somebody actually followed me to Enugu, but I think it was Patricia or my school boyfriend at the time. I can't remember, but somebody actually followed me to Enugu for that audition. We got into a Peace Mass Transit bus and I went for that audition. And at the time, I don't know why I was seriously loving this lady there. She was a gospel singer. Her name was, is it Jatel or Jadil? I think it was Jadil. I can't remember her name. She was really, really slim, and she had this song called Heritage at the time, and I loved it. I don't know if you guys will know it. This one now my heritage, this one now my culture, this one now my tradition. That song. So I decided to use that song and audition at Naija Sings at the Enugu auditions, and I actually auditioned there, and I thought I did a very, very good job, but I was told that I didn't make it past the audition stage, and I was like, what's happening here? What's going on here? You mean that with this my sweet succulent voice, people don't even see anything good in it, you cannot pick me for the next round? I felt really bad about it, especially because I traveled all the way from Nsukka to Enugu for that audition. I didn't even get selected past that stage. It was so disheartening, but yeah, I just moved on and went back to school. I was able to finish school and came back here to Abuja, and then John Oga won that season, the first season of Naija Sings, and by the time they rolled around for the second season, I didn't bother to audition. I think I was already, I don't know what I was doing that time. I think I was waiting for my NYSC call-up letter, but it hadn't come. I think I went with my batch. I didn't go with my actual batch. I went with the next batch for NYSC. So that was when they had the second season. I didn't even really follow it like that. But then by the time I started doing my NYSC in Airtel, I served in Airtel, by the way. So by the time I started doing my NYSC there, they were calling for the 3rd season, and they were calling for auditions at the time, you know. So I was like, this Niger Sings again. Are you sure I will not go and try out again and see if I can get past the audition stage this time around? That 3rd season was obviously bigger than the 1st and the 2nd season, and I was in Abuja, so I was like, they're definitely gonna have auditions in Abuja, regional auditions in Abuja, so I won't have to start traveling anywhere for auditions, you know. And I don't forget the day I made up my mind to go for that audition. I went to work that day on a normal day, so it was a normal work day, and I went to work that day, and I was just thinking about how I was going to make it for that audition. And I don't forget, the audition was actually in ICC, International Conference Center. It was a work day. I didn't even know what to tell my boss and everything. I now had to now form that I was sick. I now had to now form that I was sick, and I needed to go and take injection or something like that. That was what I was forming, so that I would leave the office. And immediately my boss gave me the go ahead to leave the office, I now ran to ICC and auditioned. By the time I got there, it was like late afternoon. It was like 3 p.m. ish. A lot of people, like hundreds of people, had already auditioned by that time. And I was thinking, by now judges are going to be tired, safe. Maybe even if I sing like Beyonce today, nobody even answer me, you know. But I was still able to audition. Judges were Olisa Adibwa, you guys will know him. Olisa Adibwa, Tosin Martins, and there was a 3rd person. I don't remember right now who the 3rd person was, but yeah, so I auditioned for all 3 of them. I think were they the ones I actually auditioned for? I can't remember. But one of the people that was actually on the audition panel was Derele. Derele was partly the host as well of the show, so he was always at everybody's audition. Once you go in, he will come and watch your audition and everything. So I went in, and I don't forget, I sang Rihanna's Stupid in Love. This is stupid, I'm not stupid, don't talk to me like I'm stupid. I sang that song for my audition, and I could see their faces lit up. They really was like, wow. I was just like, oh, for me? Okay. You know, but I could tell they obviously really liked my audition. So after the auditions, obviously we had to wait to hear if we were selected beyond the audition stage, and I think it was like around 7 p.m. ish, and they cut us down from like everybody that came for that audition. They cut us down to like 100 people, the top 100 basically, and I made it down. I actually made it to the top 100. I was so excited, and they said that we were actually going to perform again for them to cut us down to the top 10. I'm just like, already, as in no 1 day or 2 day break, really. And yeah, I didn't really plan to sing another song that day, so when it was time for each of us, the top 100, to perform again, I just sang what I had already sang for my audition. Like I just re-sang it again, the Stupid in Love by Rihanna. And when they came to announce the top 10, I made it to the top 10. So basically, I made it to Niger Sings Abuja Regional Top 10. And for me, it was a big deal, because I'm like, okay, in the whole Abuja, I'm literally among the top 10. Like, that's mind-blowing. That's crazy. And then we're now told that they're going to pick their top 6 that will be going to Lagos for the live shows right there that same night. And I'm just like, what? So they're like, yes, so if you need to call anybody to bring you a change of clothes, anything, call somebody to bring a change of clothes, and blah 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 blah. I don't even know who I even called, whether it was my brother or maybe it was my father. I don't know who I called, but somebody brought me a change of clothes, a nice dress, a nice pair of shoes, and everything. It was ridiculous how everything was happening on the same day. And yeah, changing into my new outfit. I had to come up with a new song to sing for my top 10 performance. I didn't, you know, I knew that I couldn't be singing the same song at every stage. It didn't make sense. Another song that I really enjoyed during that time was Asha's Jailer. I love that song. I still love that song so much. And I thought to myself, Jailer would be a nice song to sing. So even when the judges were actually going around asking, what song are you singing, what song are you singing, I said Asha Jailer. And they were like, oh, nice choice, nice choice. So the time came around for us to climb stage. They actually did a stage, everything for that top 10 performance, Abuja top 10. And yeah, when it got to my turn, of course the nerves kicked in, because in my head I'm like, oh wow, if I make it past this stage, I'll be going to the live shows. So in my head I'm just like, wow, this is huge, so I have to give it my best, give it my all. I think I'll just watch the video of my top 10 performance. One of my friends, David, posted this video on YouTube at the time. This was 2011 when this happened, 9 years ago right now. And yeah, I'm just going to play it and just see.
Last but not least is 22-year-old.
I was 22 years old, guys, at the time. Look at my face. I was 22 years
old. Was a bit
old.
shy in season 1, but who would love to enhance her music career should
See my
she win
face,
this competition.
Jesus.
I auditioned for the very first season back in Enugu, but I didn't pass the first stage. I came back because
see how slim I
know
was.
I have a good voice, and I thought I could try out and try my luck. I'm in chains, you're in chains too. I wear uniforms and you wear uniforms too. I'm a prisoner, you're a prisoner too, Mr. Jailer.
Oh, and then by the way, it was a cappella, there was no music, so it was just you and your voice. There was no background music or band or anything. It was just you and your voice. See how slim I was in 2011. No, oh, see hand so slim, face so slim, everything.
Ooh, I have fears, you have fears too. I'll die, but you self go die too. Life is beautiful.
I know what's funny, like while I was singing, people were cheering because even those who didn't make it to the top 10 were still around to watch how far those of us that made it will go, you know. So they were like more or less like the crowd, and they were cheering and everything, and I felt like in my head, I was killing it, you know. Yeah.
Don't you think so too, Mr. Jailer? I'm talking to you, Jailer.
Show them.
Stop calling me a prisoner. Let he who is without sin be the first to cast a stone, Mr. Jailer. Mr. Jailer.
First things first, I can tell you for sure that my voice was silkier then than it is now. To be honest, I was able to hit high notes then. Now I don't know what's going on, but yes, that was my top 10 performance, and to be honest, I thought I did an amazing job at the time, but the judges did not think so, okay? Especially that man they call Olisa Adebwa. If you are watching Oga, now what for you? Especially that man, Olisa Adebwa, I don't know, he wanted to be the Simon Cowell of Niger Sings that time. I don't understand. But he told me that I picked a wrong song. That's what he told me. I don't forget. He said it on stage, rather in the mic, that he doesn't know what's happening with all the contestants today, that many of us picked the wrong song, that did not suit our voices, everything. I'm just like, okay, you know. But I was still thinking that there was going to be hope, you know. But when they announced their top 6 going to Lagos, I didn't make it to the top 6. And yeah, that was where my journey ended. But I couldn't compare that obviously with my season 1 journey. Like, I mean, I had made it down to the top 10 in Abuja. For me, that was a big deal for me. And yeah, it didn't matter that I was not going to Lagos. This particular episode was actually televised on African Magic at the time. I think it was televised about a month after we actually recorded it. And I had people reach out to me. People were calling me, oh Alma, you did so well, don't mind them, they don't know what they are doing, blah, blah, blah. You know, people were really hailing me, hyping me and everything, and telling me that I did an amazing job, and it didn't matter whether I progressed or not, that I did really well, and maybe the show was not just for me. Maybe it's not just your own, something like that. But yeah, the guy that went on to win that season of Niger Sings turned out to be Christian. He even knows my husband, and we auditioned together. Like, he came from Abuja, we auditioned together, we were in the top 10 Abuja together, and he went ahead to win the entire thing. So yeah, that's just a little story time on that one time that I went all out for a Nigerian music talent show. Ever since then, I haven't auditioned for anything else. I think I'm past that stage of my life. The whole music thing is not now that I'm gonna be doing music. It's not now, okay? I still sing in my leisure time. I sing in the shower. I sing every other day when I want to sing. You know, I sing doing YouTube challenges here for you guys to watch, but nothing that route again. With The Voice Nigeria and other shows that have come along, I have actually had it in mind, okay, should I go an audition? I'm just like, you know what, I'm past that. I can't do that anymore. Like, I'm past that. I'm a YouTuber now. That's my work. I'm a content creator. I'm a YouTuber. Let me stick to that. Okay, so yeah, that is just a little story time on how I auditioned and how I participated in a Nigerian talent show and how far I went with it. Hope you guys enjoyed watching. If you guys enjoyed watching, please subscribe down below, thumbs up the video, share, comment down below. Do you think that top 10 performance was good at the time, 2011, 9-10 years ago? Do you think it was good? Do you think I did a good job? Do you think you know, whatever? Let me know in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Mwah. Bye.